Greetings, bike guys. I'm excited about the new TM. I want to go over some of the details. For those guys that don't have TMs in their area, they can learn more about them. Welcome to our shop for a walk around on the new TM EN300. And I just wanted to show you some of the details and some of the things that I like about these bikes. There's plenty of bikes available out there, so I'm going to show you starting here at the headlight. On the face of the bike, I wanted to show you a picture of the headlight because it's a small round headlight, but it's a high intensity LED light with a high and low beam on it. And it puts out tremendous more light than some of the other big square ones that you see on other types of machines. But it doesn't take up all that space and it has less chance of being damaged. I wanted to show you that the Kyb Forks on here are the industry standard for the best forks available, and TM has taken advantage of putting KYBs on their bikes, and it's a matter of just adjusting some clickers and you get where you're going. Now the rest of it here is I wanted to have a close-up look at these triple clamps, because these are made of billet aluminum. They're not just cast and powder coated or anything like that. They're nice quality units, nice quality bolts. And you can see they're really well made. And then looking down here at the front wheel, I want you to take a look at the hub there. We're going to come around and take a look at it. The hub is a nice, clean, all chamfered edges, nice polished unit. It's not just a cast piece with the ends hacked off and some anodizing added to it. It's got a large diameter front axle. And I want you to see the quality of the fasteners and stuff that hold everything on. We're introducing you to the wheels, the Excel wheels. The Tasago rims are probably the best in the industry, and they're that beautiful blue color, which kind of sets you apart from all the other ones that are out there today. And we're just taking a look at some of the other details here. This is the HGS exhaust pipes. This is like the premium pipes that are over in Europe. Here we've got, FMF and Pro Circuit and things like that, but the HGS is their European version of either one of those brands. And they build quality parts. It's a heavy-duty metal. It's not the thin stuff. But I want you to also look at the details on the engine. The Italians spend a lot of time and energy to make their stuff. Their castings and stuff are really quality. They have some nice features to them. They put a little style into their work. They want it to stand out, not just be plain Jane. This I'm also showing you here, the Kickstarter System. All the TMs come with a Kickstarter System. It's also an electric start, but some of the bikes nowadays are coming with electric start only. Well, that's not a problem until you have a problem and you're out in the back of some valley and in a rock pile somewhere and you need to get out and the battery's dead. So here you can just kickstart the bike and get it going. Again, I'm showing you some of the details on some of the other pieces. This brake lever is also a machined piece. It's not just a cast piece and sprayed black or something like that, but it's a nice quality piece. If you look at the way the whole bike is put together like this, a lot of quality pieces all around the thing. The Italians at TM Racing take a lot of pride in their work. Here's the power valve. It's an electronic power valve, and the electronic power valve has eliminated a whole bunch of the other problems that other bike brands have with their power valves. We can adjust them electronically on the computer, but instead of going out and buying springs and turning screws and taking them apart and all that sort of thing to make the power valve work, these things work great right out of the box. They're designed to be connected with the throttle position sensor, and there's a gear selection sensor, and it's talking to the ECU, and it opens the power valve exactly the best way to create smooth power, so you're not just spinning out the rear tire and that sort of thing as things go along. They have Nissan Brakes on the back of the TM, and they have Brembo Brakes on the front, which I'll show you here in a minute. But they're using the two different systems because they found that the best quality taking the best quality parts from each manufacturer. If you look at the rear hub, it's like that. The sprockets, the bolts, the blocks, everything like that. It's all quality stuff. The blocks are indexed. The chain guide is all wrapped in aluminum and that sort of thing. They didn't want to cheap out on those things. They're not just throwing a piece of plastic on there and calling it done. They have a great kickstand on the bike. It has a large foot on it because we found that some of the other Italian brands, that for some reason, they must park on hard ground all the time, because out here in the West, we park in the sand and soft dirt and that, and the bikes tip over. So we got a nice quality kickstand on there. I wanted to talk about the Pkw Carburetor. We can get these bikes in fuel injection as well and oil injection, but I happen to have a preference to the carburetors. It comes with V-Force reeds. You know, they put the quality stuff in. They're not just trying to throw something together just to make a quick buck. They're trying to build the best product they can. You can see everything about it has just really been detailed out. I really appreciate that. Even looking at these welds, these are all handmade welds. These are not done by robots in a factory. These are laid down by the Italian craftsmen that really know how to weld. Just look at those welds. They look like a row of dimes laid down on there. That shows real the connector that hooks up to the ECU, and we can just connect the computer to it to make changes to the ignition advance, to the throttle position sensor, to the power valve and things like that, and just hook it up to the computer and make those kinds of changes. Now, we found that we really don't need to do this much because the factory has taken a lot of time and effort to get their motors to run right from the start. They don't want you having to fool around with it. Here on the front, we got Brembo Brakes, large disc on it. And there's those Excel rims you're seeing again. Their system works really well. They have a great control system on the bike. They have a Brembo hydraulic clutch. I'll show you that in a moment. The handlebars are Riken bars. They're made with the TM logo and stuff. They're all indexed in that, so you can see where you're at. Take a look at the way these triple clamps and stuff like that. It's all been machined. It's nice pieces. You only get that in your premium bikes, even with the triple clamp up here. And I'm talking there about the silent block system, which is a rubber cones on either side that takes up a little bit of the vibration that comes through. Although these bikes don't vibrate, they got counterbalance motors. They're just smooth as glass, but you get road vibration or whatever you're riding on that. But I just want you to see all the little details. They put a nice cap in here. They don't just drill a hole in the top and that sort of thing. And here's that Brembo clutch system, and it works really well. It's, you guys that are familiar with the Brembo clutches and that sort of thing know how nice they are. The bike is already pre-wired with the wiring to make it into a dual sport. You can do that in some states on a 2-stroke, but these bikes are already pre-wired. It's a high-low beam on the light switch. It's got the turn signals, a horn, and all that stuff's in there. It's all wired in, so you could convert it over very easily. This is the 2-map system here. Push the small button for a little less power, hit the big button for more power, which is really helpful when you get in those slippery situations, or if it's wet terrain or something like that. You want to power it down just a little bit, you can just reach over and flip that switch. There's no unplugging the chips or anything like that. Here's the dashboard on the bike. They have a nice system here, and it's very reliable. We've had good luck with it. It shows the hours, it shows your miles, the total miles. It's got tripometers and all of that sort of thing, so it gives you the information that you need to have. And it's lightweight. It doesn't take up a lot of space or anything like that, but it's very easy to read even while you're riding it. We buy our bikes with the 3-gallon gas tank. They have a 2-gallon version, which is a little bit lower. and they use that on the motocross versions, but we ordered all of ours with the larger tank on it. It's 3 gallons. It'll give you about, oh, I don't know, I've ridden it 75 miles or more on a tank and still have fuel left over. And I ride them pretty hard, so I think that's a nice add-on. You're not having to buy another gas tank for your bike as soon as you get it. And that gas tank fits down in that frame, and it hangs way down to keep the weight low. See, it's right even down below the top of the cylinder, and that's not all sticking up in the air. It's all molded in very nicely. Thanks for taking a look at the TM with us. We're pretty proud of being dealers for them, and I know you guys have got a lot of questions. Feel free to send us a comment on the YouTube channel, or you can subscribe. We'd really like subscribers, and we'd really appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up on that. Thank you so much. Have a great day.